How's it going? This is Tom, NerdRemix.com. I got a movie for you today that I've been waiting a long time for. Um, Three Slices of Life. It started out as Slices of Life, now I guess it's Three Slices of Life. I'm assuming there was some kind of confusion over another movie with that title. I don't know. But anyway, Three Slices of Life was directed by Anthony G. Sumner, who, as you may remember, did last year's By Your Hand She Draws You Down, which was a phenomenal short film, and he wrote this with Eric Richter and Alan Rowe Kelly, and it was produced by Sumner and Eric Richter. And after viewing Three Slices of Life, like I said, I waited a long time for it, and to his credit, he sent me a really nice press package and everything else. Kudos for that. I'm thinking the G in Anthony G. Sumner stands for great fucking movies, because this is a pretty good movie. This is a great movie, and I'm going to tell you why. The movie centers around a girl named Mira, who is played by Kaylee Williams, who wakes up in front of a seedy motel that is run by a woman named Irma. And the kind of handyman, Irma is played by Helene Alter Deich. I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyway. And there's kind of a handyman, Tiny, played by Mark Blavelt. We've seen him in a lot of stuff, and he's in a lot of stuff coming up. And kind of the cast of this plays like a who's who of Midwestern filmmakers and actors and everything. It seems like everybody's got a little bit of things in this. But the movie centers around these books she finds with sketches in it, work life, home life, and sex life. And the first segment is called Worm, and it centers around a guy named William Robert Moss, who is played by Jack Costa. Right? Costa? Anyway, he's a nerdy guy trying to find love on the internet. He just got his degree. He's kind of downtrodden at the office and everything. And he ends up taking somebody else's nanotechnology and developing it into something that he can send through the internet and make people like him, basically. And it backfires horribly. I don't want to spoil too much, but let's say there's pretty good effects in this. And most of the office characters, like you have a bitchy girl, you have, the suck ass, you have, things like that. The martyr, the know-it-all, stuff like that. So, pretty good microcosm of an office, and Jack Moss does a pretty good job as William Robert Moss. Alan Rowe Kelly, who helped script this, also has a twisted turn as a webcam girl that has to be seen to be believed. So, definitely check that out. Of the three segments, I would say this is probably the weakest, but it's still a lot of fun, and they did a lot with a little budget on this, so you kind of overlook a little bit of that, but it's a pretty cool segment. It's about the only place you're going to find any laughs in this movie is in this one. And like I said, look out for Alan Rowe Kelly, because man, I've seen him play some twisted stuff before, but this kind of really makes you uncomfortable. Next segment would be Amber Alert. That's home life. It centers around a woman named Vonda, who's played by Toya Turner, played very well by Toya Turner. And she's married to a man named Lamont, he's played by Thurston Hill. She's pregnant, expecting a baby, and there's a rash of child kidnappings and killings going around. Her husband's a cop, and she keeps seeing this little black girl named Allie, who is missing, among the missing, but then she's not. She rewinds it on the DVR on the news, and they don't say anything about her. She keeps seeing creepy things. Needless to find out, she finds out her husband has a secret, and this is a really powerful segment because it deals with child abduction and everything like that, and everybody in the roles, especially like Thurston Hill and Toya Turner, are very, very good in this. Very good acting, and it really plays out really well. Some of these special effects are really cool. The sledgehammer to the head was fucking awesome. I enjoyed that. That was very Peter Jackson-ish. So definitely check that out. That's the second segment, Amber Alert. That is home life. And then the third segment, sex life. Sumner throws caution to the wind and just goes fucking gonzo here. The Pink Snapper segment, the sex life segment, stars Deneen Melanie and Galen Scholing and Judith Lesser and Bruce Farner. Brother and sister, Susan and Eric, which is Deneen and Galen. They live with their uncle, who happens to be doing some stuff with Deneen, and they end up accidentally injuring him. They think he's dead, but like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll put a spoiler at the beginning of this, all right? But anyway, they end up taking off, you know, because the guy's a cop. Who's going to believe him? And they run into a man named Edgar. They end up staying at his place, and he has a woman chained up named Elizabeth. And the roles of bad guy, good guy are really reversed in this. You don't know which side, who to root for, and it ends up a real bloody mess. Judith Lesser in this is really good, and all the ladies in this are really hot, by the way. Claire Llewellyn is in this. She's been in a lot of indie stuff. She looks good in this, and it works really well. Like I said, this is a completely gonzo bug shit segment of this movie. Denise Melody is really fantastic in it. She's fantastic in everything, but she's really good in this. And like I said, Galen Schloming, I believe is that how you Schloming? He's really good in this. And overall, slices of life. By the way, it ends up wrapping up at the motel. You kind of get the sense that kind of an alternate reality type of thing. But it all wraps up the wraparound story with Kaylee Williams playing Mira and Irma and Tiny. Like I said, everything kind of wraps up at the end. Really cool anthology horror film. A lot of the earlier reviews I've read on this is comparing it to a lot of Cronenberg stuff, a lot of body horror stuff. I kind of disagree. I'm a big fan of Cronenberg stuff, but this to me wasn't Cronenberg. This to me reminded me of Clive Barker, almost like some of his short stories and stuff, like not like the Midnight Meat Train, but maybe like The Body Politic and stuff like that from like The Inhuman Condition and stuff. It kind of reminded me of that. The Age of Desire, stuff like that. It reminded me more of Barker. It was more Barker-esque than Cronenberg-esque to me. But definitely check this out. It's on video on demand. I guess it's coming out on DVD in May or June. And this is a fantastic movie. This is a perfect example of a talented filmmaker with a talented casting crew, a very talented casting crew, doing everything they can with every dollar they have to spend. I don't know how long it took Sumner and company to film this and to cut it and to get it out, but they did a fantastic job. The press releases and stuff on it are awesome. The early reviews I read are awesome, and I couldn't wait to see this movie, and I really like it. Few little weird parts. For some reason, when Denise Melody dropped the glass and swept it up in the Pink Snapper segment, I noticed that the dustpan is the exact same one I have here at my bar. I don't know why I noticed shit like that. And why is it when... well, I know why it is, but every time somebody watches a horror movie, an independent horror movie, it's always Night of the Living Dead because it's public domain. Get Attack of the Giant Leeches or some shit like that. That's public domain too, right? So... anyway, those are the only minor complaints on this. Cinematography is excellent. The score is great. The sound is great and level across. The movie looks like $1 million, and like I said, a shining example of what somebody can do, talented group of people can do with a little bit of money and a lot of ambition and a lot of heart and desire and passion for filmmaking. Three Slices of Life. Definitely one of the best feature-length films I've seen this year so far. Granted, we're kind of early into this year, but this movie is really, really good, and it was really worth the wait for the screener, and I thank you, Anthony G. Sumner. And if you see one of the cast that was in this, pat them on the back because they did a fantastic job. This is a fucking awesome movie. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and that's a lot for me, but 9 out of 10. Very few reasons not to like this movie. Very good. I love the anthology style anyway, and this is done really well. All the segments tie together, and it's just a quality film. Check it out. 3 Slices of Life, video on demand, coming soon on DVD. Look up the Facebook page. And Anthony G. The G stands for Great Fucking Movies, Sumner. Look out for him. He's going to have great things in his future. He's already done great things, but greater things. I'm Tom, support independent cinema. Thanks.